the simulation. The choice. We are living the simulation. The choice is not anymore. We all deserve something to believe in. We all deserve something worth fighting for. Something worth fighting for. The choice.
ghost, yeah, oh yeah. Just hold on, baby, I'm looking for you lately. It's been a little crazy, but maybe that's okay. Beauty like the sunrise, eyes like the moonlight. Hold my hand, it's alright, yeah. Love me like a ghost. With you I get chills. Ooh, I love the thrill, oh yeah. Love me like a ghost. Never let me go. Walking through these walls, oh yeah. Love me like a ghost. With you I get chills. Ooh, I love the thrill, oh yeah. Love me like a ghost. Walking through these walls. Never let me go.
Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. You as it has been here by me. Oh my God, it is absolutely gorgeous. We are in northern. Ah, gosh, I've been trying to get out just as much as I possibly can and enjoy it. So I hope the weather is as beautiful by you. Also, happy Father's Day to all of our fathers out there, and happy Father's Day to all of those mothers who have had to play both roles for a variety of different reasons. We salute you today as well. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Today we're going to be working on our Norfolk quilt. This is a Block of the Month program by Annie's Attic. It used to be formerly known as Annie's Quilt Club. Now it's called Annie's Attic. We are going to be working on Block 5. Now this particular project has already been sold out, so unfortunately you guys couldn't join this one if you wanted to, but they have a bunch of other ones that you can choose from as well. I usually put a link in the description box below for the website, so you guys can check it out there. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not associated with this company in any way, shape, or form. It's just a company that I came across on the web and decided to give it a go. So far, I've been really enjoying it. There is a lot of work. It is a traditional Block of the Month program where they give you the fabric. You have to make the cuts. You then put the block together, and then you put the quilt together as well. We do know what the quilt is going to look like, unlike with cotton cuts where we're not sure what it's going to be. We do actually know what this one's going to look like. And this kit also includes the backing fabric, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I'm really enjoying it so far. Now, I will be honest with you guys, and that's kind of the whole point of this, is I will be honest with you. I received my package in the mail for June for our Block 6. I didn't pay attention to it at the time when I opened it. I just opened it, took all the paperwork out, threw that away, and put the fabric and stuff in here. And then I realized yesterday that I got another package of Block 5. I didn't actually get Block 6. So I have sent them a message to let them know. So hopefully we'll see how they handle that. Because I think that's important too. How does a company handle a situation when they make a mistake? Because we all make mistakes. It happens. But how do they handle it? So I will keep you guys updated on how that goes, but that means our next block is probably going to be a little bit delayed because I don't have the fabric for it, so we'll have to wait and see. For those of you who have been watching me for a little while, you'll know that I've also signed up for 2 other Block of the Month programs from 2 other different companies because I wanted to kind of get a little bit of a variety. I want to choose some different things. Don't get me wrong, I love Cotton Cuts. Cotton Cuts is amazing. I want you guys to go over there and join their next PMQ. It is so much fun. It is fantastic especially for a newcomer, somebody that's new to quilting. It's a great program. I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a break from their projects. I haven't really found any colorways that are really speaking to me over there, so that's why I'm trying some other things. So we've got 2 more that are going to be starting in November that I'm really excited to show you guys about as well. Neither one of those is pre-cuts either. We'll have to do all the cutting here. So I do all the cutting off camera, and then we come back and we put the pieces together. But that's what we're going to be working on today is our Norfolk Block 5. There's a lot of half square triangles, so we're probably going to get to use our half square triangle rulers again, which I'm excited for. And whatever we don't finish today, we will have another live stream tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. Central to finish up whatever we don't finish up today. So we'll have to wait and see how things go. First, let me hop in a chat and say hello to everybody there. I know that I haven't seen him pop in. Maybe I've missed him. But I don't think that our moderator, Lucas, is going to be joining us today. Him and Tony were on a cruise, along with my other daughter, Taylor. They were on a cruise last week. They did come home last night. but it was not without its drama coming home, and they did come home really, really late. So I don't expect him to be online this morning, but if he pops in, that's great. I'm sure he'll have lots of fun stories to tell us in the near future. But let me go ahead and pop into chat real quick, say hello to everybody there. I think the very first person in chat this morning was Brat46. Good morning, Brat46. My goodness. My computer says that you got on at 6:23 a.m. That is way early. My goodness. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here so early. My goodness. Sandra is also here. Hi, Sandra K. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here. Susan is here. Hello, Susan. Carrie Leonard is here. Thanks so much for that as well. Let's see. Who else is here? Scrolling down, scrolling. Scrolling. Still scrolling. Oh my goodness. Kathy, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Kathy is also one of our moderators, so if you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out to her. You can you can just tag her in a message. She also has her own channel. I love her channels. It's one of my favorites. I have so much fun watching her. I get to catch a lot of the replays more so than I get to catch the lives, which is unfortunate. But I really love watching her. It is like a quilt retreat every time you go. She has some amazing guests over there. A lot of our content creator friends, a lot of our subscriber friends here on this channel, they're actually over on her channel on Zoom calls and things. So make sure you guys head over there and check it out. It's a lot of fun. You can do exclamation point Kathy in chat, and it'll give you a link. It's so much fun. I truly enjoy watching you guys so much. I love having you guys on. In the background while I'm in here in my sewing room doing all kinds of other stuff. Sometimes it's prepping for the channel, sometimes it's making stuff, things like that. So thanks so much for that, Kathy, and thank you for being a moderator. I truly appreciate your help with this stuff. It is not without, it wouldn't be as successful as it is without your help. So thank you for that very much. Teresa Lynch is also here this morning. Good morning, Teresa. It's so great to see you. Good morning. Thank you. Susan says, yesterday it was so nice outside. Today, back to windy weather. Yeah, I haven't really been outside yet this morning, Susan, but I know yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. It was just, I had a bunch of stuff in the house I had to take care of, but I tried to sneak outside as much as I could just to get a little bit of that vitamin D, a little bit of that with that warm summer air. So it was absolutely beautiful. So it was really great. Dawn, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. How are you? Dawn also has her own channel as well, so please make sure you check her out. You can do exclamation point Dawn in chat. Check her out. She's got a cool vlog as well. She does a lot more with Instagram and social media than I do, and I think it's fantastic because I love living vicariously through her. She is so super talented. It's absolutely amazing. I love watching her. So make sure you guys head over there and check her out also. Susan says, I sewed the top of my traveling through quilt from an older open gate subscription box. Also sewed another block for my shop hop quilt. That is amazing, Susan. I can't wait to see what those look like. Make sure you post pictures of those in our Facebook group so we can share in your excitement with you. If you guys are not already a member of our Facebook group, please make sure you head over there and sign up. I love the Facebook group because it allows me to be able to communicate with you guys a little bit more on a closer basis. And I'm able to see what you guys are working on. I mean, you guys can see what I'm doing here, but I can't see what you guys are doing. And so that's why I really love our Facebook group, because we can share that information. So make sure you head over there. Thanks so much for sharing that stuff over there. I really appreciate it. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. She says, hello, everyone. Hi, Gladys. It's so great to see you. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Wow, I think I got through chat already? That seems silly. Like, I feel like I've missed a whole bunch of people. Teresa Lynch, I think I said hello to you, but good morning. Thanks so much for being here as well. Yeah, I feel like that's everybody in chat. So if I missed you, I truly apologize for that. Please make sure you say hello again in chat. And this time I need you to tag me in it. To do that, you can do the @ symbol. That's the A with the circle around it. And then you type in "So Not an Expert," and what it does is it highlights it on the screen for me. Oh, hi, Patty. Good morning. It's so great to see you as well. But that way it highlights it on the screen for me, so then that way I can't miss it. Now I need to decide how to cope traveling through. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So today we're going to be working on our Norfolk quilt. This one is block 5, and as you guys can see, it's basically a leaf pattern. That's what it's going to look like. Ooh, wow, camera. Let's try a different. There we go. I've got like a shade going. You can kind of see it here. That's what the fabric is going to look like. So we've got a lot of half square triangles we're going to be working through, and that stem as well. So I went ahead and I've marked up our pieces that we're going to be working on. And we're just going to go ahead and get started sewing. I put my light pink Aurifil thread in my machine today. I'm trying to get rid of it. You guys know, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know I'm not a huge fan of Aurifil thread. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my preference. And so I do have a really big spool of light pink thread, so I'm trying to get rid of that. I don't like wasting thread. It just seems silly to me. So I will try and use that up. If it was a brand new spool, then I probably would have thrown it in a free notions box as a thimbles giveaway, but this one's not new. It's open, so I prefer to use it myself. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. All right, I'm just trying to get organized here. I got stuff everywhere. My mom and my aunt and I spent 3.5 hours yesterday on a Zoom call putting binding on a quilt. You guys can kind of see the quilt behind me. This was our Home Sweet Home quilt. I finally finished it. I finally put the binding on it, so you guys can. It's hard to see because it's the same color as the background, but the binding is right here. It's this beautiful red, dark red backing fabric binding. It's beautiful. So I put the binding on that quilt, and they put the binding on their quilts. They look amazing, and they were going to be gifting them off today. So I'm really hopeful to be able to share the pictures of what that quilt looks like with you guys in the coming days, because they were finally gifting them off. So now we can share them with you. So they both made the exact same quilt, different colorways, just kind of like a cotton cuts thing. It was pretty fun. And they made their own. They picked out the pattern. They cut all their fabric. They sewed it all together. They looked beautiful. So I'm really excited to see that. Susan, I agree with you. Yeah, the Aurifil, my machine just does not really like it very much. I think it's just too thin. Yeah. Oh, Dawn, that's interesting. She says the Aurifil thread, the featherweight machine requires an attachment to successfully use the Aurifil thread. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't know that. But I'm going to try and use it. It might start to annoy me, and I might flip back to what I normally use. I prefer Gutermann. That's just a personal preference of mine, not sponsored or anything. That's just my personal preference. It is 100% cotton, what I use. But I just like it better than I like the Aurifil. I know everybody, talks amazingly about the Aurifil thread, and I have heard that it is better for hand sewing. But yeah. Susan says she likes the Metler thread, and her Juki sews well with it. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Dawn says I don't have the attachment. Oh, gotcha. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started then. I'm going to put this to the side. So we're going to be doing some half square triangles with these particular two pieces. So I've drawn a line down the center with a light pencil, and then I'm going to go ahead and sew a 1/2 inch on either side, which reminds me I do need to switch out my presser foot for my clear one. So grab that real quick. There we go. No, there we go. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with that. Why don't you guys tell me more about what you all have been working on? How is life? How are things going? I hope everybody's well. I'm actually going to grab my phone and do chat from my phone, just because then that way I don't miss something, because I love having my chat over here so that I can make eye contact with you guys and have a conversation. But when I'm working here on the machine, I kind of forget sometimes to look over there. So I'm going to put it on my phone. So I do apologize for talking to my phone. It's always a bit of a pain for me to do that. But the volume's on. There we go. But I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over here. Hi, Linda. Welcome back to the channel. See, this is why I did this, because I knew I was going to miss something. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Thank you so much. Dawn says she's working on a huge quilt with scraps. Dawn, is that the one that you posted on Facebook the other day? It was absolutely gorgeous. And thank you, for the life of me, I can't remember who it was at the moment, but thank you to whoever it was that posted a picture of the quilt that they were working on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't remember what day it was now. You'll have to forgive me. But it was earlier this week. They posted a picture of a quilt that they were working on, but they were using scraps for it. And they called it something. Forgive me. I don't even remember what it was, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to work really well for scrap fabric. So you've given Mama Joyce some ideas. So thank you so much to you for doing that. I really appreciate it. Sandra says she's still hand sewing her applique blocks. Well, will be a while. Oh my goodness. Yes, I bet. All right, so let's go ahead and get this right sides together. We're going to sew up a 1/4 inch. I'm sorry, a quarter inch line 1/4 inch seam on either side of this line. Whoa, wow, that was a tongue twister there today. All right, down we go. Line up these fabrics. Come on, where's my, there it is. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. There's one. Flip it over, sew the other one. I should probably chain piece these by just sewing up one side at a time. And I will do that in just a minute. Kettle chip, that's what it was. Kettle chip, potato chip quilt, that's what it was. That's what people were working on. They were talking about. I'm going to turn this fan off. I'm a little bit chilly now. It was hot, then it was cold, now I'm hot, cold again. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you for the reminder, John. It was called the potato chip quilt. It was really neat. It was really cool. I really liked it, so I appreciate you guys sharing that with us. You've given Mama Joyce some great ideas to use her scrap fabric with because she's building up a scrap stash. I'm sorry, Mr. Wizard, what'd you say? Oh, okay. All right. The past 3 weeks have been crazy. Well, I hope they're crazy for a good reason, Dawn. I hope they've been crazy for a good reason. Things here have been a little chaotic ourselves, you know, with graduations, graduation parties, and then the kids going off on the cruise. So it's been a little crazy here. Nothing too terrible. Sandra says, when my fingers need a break, I'm making a plaid quilt. Oh, that is really cool. Dawn says she's looking forward to spending time with her dad. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to him and to all those dads out there. As you guys know, it's not a secret on my channel that I did lose my father a few years ago. I do have a stepdad that I'm grateful for, so I did send him a note this morning to wish him a happy Father's Day. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? Mommy has no snacks. I'm sorry. I should. Oh, I got two of them. I got two puppies. I got two puppies. I got two puppies to say hello. Hi. Oh, you want uppies? Okay, hang on. Hold on. Come here. Oh, come here. You want uppies? You want to say hello to everybody? Okay, come here. You can say hi. You say hi. You say hi, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, I already spent time with my dad. I woke him up this morning super early for breakfast. This is Wrigley. Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Okay, it's time to get down now. There we go. That's Wrigley. Chaos, working overtime, juggling, taking mom for heart surgery. Oh my goodness. EF1 tornado tore up the electrical grid. Oh my goodness, Don. It really has been cray-cray, buddy. My goodness. I'm glad to hear it. I hope everything's okay. Susan says it was a busy day yesterday. Graduation ceremonies at the university, no King's protest, and farmers market in town. Yeah, busy. Texas heat is miserable. Oh, Wrigley is cute. She's adorable. She's adorable. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that you guys are dealing with all that. That does not sound fun at all. I'm glad that you're taking a few minutes out of your cray-cray days to spend a little bit of time with me, though. I appreciate that. Hi, Patty. Welcome back. So good to see you. There we go. Everything is okay now, but it was pre-K. Yeah, for sure. But I'm really glad to hear that everything's better now. For sure. We're just working on one side of these half square triangles right now, and then we'll flip them around and sew up the other side. We will use our new half square triangle ruler to trim up our edges, which was amazing. So thank you again to the subscriber who sent that gift in to me. It has been absolutely amazing. I've already used it so much. I had no idea that I needed that in my life until it was gifted to me, and now I don't know how I managed without it. All right. But so yeah, so I spent 3.5 hours on Zoom call with my mom and my aunt yesterday, putting the binding on our quilts. My mom had never, or I'm sorry, my aunt had never done a binding before. My mom has done one or two, so she's definitely not what I would consider experienced at it. But she has done one or two, so she kind of understood the instructions. My aunt's never done one before, but they both did an amazing job putting them together. Their quilts look absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited for them. And then, of course, we were able to finish our Home Sweet Home project. We made that one here on the channel. It was a Liberty box. I do believe Stitching Haven officially has the pattern available for purchase. So if this one here behind me, if that's something you guys want to check out, Stitching Haven does officially have the pattern. Now I know Dawn, our one of our subscriber and content creator friends, Dawn from also created her own version of this pattern. It's available on her website. I believe it's free if I remember correctly, so you can make sure to check that out too. You do exclamation point Dawn in chat, it should give you a link to her vlog or her vlog and her channel. It should give you links to both. But she created her own version of it, very similar. But I love the way that turned out. I actually have the pattern still. I kept it because I'm like, I might make this one again. It was made with a fat quarter bundle and some background fabric. Alright, so normally I would keep these attached. Well, I guess I could. Big long string. Normally I just keep them attached together still, and I go ahead and swap the other side. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. Yeah, and I had planned to cut up the fabric to make our clue number 6 from this project, or clue number 6, listen to me, our block number 6 from this project, and unfortunately that's when I figured out the block was wrong. So I have all the fabric and everything sitting there behind me. I'm going to wait and see what they come back with. I mean, it's the weekend, so I'm sure that I won't hear anything from them until tomorrow or Tuesday, hopefully. But we'll have to wait and see how they handle this situation. How we're going to resolve it. But we would really like to have block 6. A little heavy. I feel it pulling. We're just sewing up the second side of our half square triangles. Then I'll pull out my half square triangle ruler to trim off those edges. Sorry guys, just kind of concentrating here, making sure I'm showing up on that line. Good morning, Terry. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Here. My neighbors are out. You hear the thumping of their music. I hope that doesn't bother anybody. You probably can't. I'm hoping you guys can't hear it. Hopefully we'll see. All right. Jesus, the walls are shaking. So yeah, so Tony and Lucas and Taylor and the whole family, they all came home yesterday really late at night. Their plane was delayed, so they didn't get in until like, gosh, I think they got home at like 11 or 11:30, and then, you know, the excitement of being home and travel and things like that. So we didn't get to sleep until probably 2:30 maybe. It was pretty late by the time we finally fell asleep. But that's okay. It's no big deal. I appreciate them taking time to spend with me and being excited about it. So, all right. So we've got our half square triangles here. So we're going to go ahead and slice these. Let me just triple check our instructions here. Yes, slice them open and trim them to 4.5. Let me grab my little trimmer. I found that this little one works really well for the little dog ear things. So we're going to use that. And I did pull the paper off my rulers. If you guys remember the last time we used these, they still had some paper on them. I did pull the paper off. Enter this way. Do 4.5. Trim this up here. Go to one side. They do need a little bit of a trim, it looks like. So I'm just going to hold them over to one side. Trim the half square triangles to 4.5. Okay. There we go. There's that. There's that. Here. Oh, Gizmo's back. Yay! Oh. Terry says it has not been a good week. Oh no, Terry, I am so sorry to hear that. Give me just a second. Let me deal with this Gizmo idiot, and then I'll be with you in just a second. This one here. He came in with a vengeance on Wednesday, and I thought we'd gotten rid of all of them, but not yet. That's okay, because Streamlabs is taking care of them as well, so I appreciate Streamlabs doing its job. But Terry, we are really sorry. Dawn says it hasn't been a good week for her either, so I'm really sorry to hear that from both of your ends, both of your sides. I'm grateful that you both are here. I'm hoping that hanging out with us for a little while will help with that. If there's anything more I can do to help with that, just let me know. Alright, so we're going to be trimming up blocks here for a little bit. This one is almost 4.5. Very close to 4.5. Alright. Next one. So hopefully these are going to help get us trimmed up a little bit faster. Thank you again to the subscriber that left me this, that sent me this ruler. It's amazing. Go. That. Terry, I am really sorry to hear that it's been a rough week. I know you weren't on our live stream on Wednesday, so I figured something was up because it's very rare that you ever missed one of our live streams. So I'm truly sorry to hear that things are not going well for you. If there's anything I can do to help, even if it's just an ear to listen to, I'm here. Just reach out. Go. If you guys hear a little bit of banging going on, I apologize. Taylor's decided to purchase a new mattress for herself. She wasn't really given a choice in the matter, given the situation that kind of happened yesterday, but she's decided to move forward with that. So she's kind of moving things around in her bedroom right now to prep for that. She's ordered one from Menards because Menards, or at least the one by us, has really great prices on mattresses and things. Where we've been buying all of our mattresses from is from Menards because they have really decent prices. And so she's going to be going with Mr. Wizard in a little while to pick that up. So, oh, you know what? I forgot that I have to reset my chat. Every time I click on it to block a viewer, it locks me out of chat, so I have to log back in. So sorry about that. I think I probably missed some things. Oh, Terry says I reported. Yeah, removed. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Terry says getting ready for the inevitable. Oh no. That doesn't sound good, Terry. I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Trimming up our blocks here. We do have more blocks to sew up, so just kind of trying to even out the trimming and the sewing and the ironing today. My guess is we'll probably end up with another live stream tomorrow to finish up these blocks, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Although this ruler really speeds up the process. Truly speeds up the process. Love it. And I have found that this smaller cutting wheel does work much nicer for for this specific ruler. I did try to use the smaller cutting wheel on my Creative Grids Stripology ruler, and it did not work very well. The Stripology ruler is just a little bit too thicker than this blade allows, so it didn't work very well. But it works really well for this smaller ruler. So that's something to keep in mind if you guys have this small ruler or the Creative Grids one as well. Yes, this is the triangle ruler. It's by New Leaf Stitches by Carrie Carr. It's called Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmer. It's the half square triangle slotted. It was a gift from a subscriber. They sent it to me. They got it on Amazon. It's a little on the pricey side, I will admit. It's a little on the pricey side, so I'm really grateful that I was given it as a gift. I don't know that I would have bought it for myself, but now that I have it and I know how it works, I'm kind of kicking myself in the tail a little bit that I didn't buy one for myself because it works really well. If you guys work with a lot of half square triangles, it works really, really well. So definitely an investment, but if you're the kind of person that does a lot with half square triangles, it's really going to help you out. It comes with two sizes. It comes with the 1 inch size, the full inch sizes, and the half-inch sizes. I'm using the half-inch ruler right now. Works super nice. But you guys can see, like, I'm trimming up these blocks super quick. A lot quicker than we were doing before, that's for sure. Putting all the little pieces in my cup here. Hi, Katie. Good morning. They do, Terry. They truly do. They truly do make things easier. I mean, like I said, it's a bit of an investment. They're not cheap, but you only got to pay for it once. It's not like it's a reoccurring charge. And, you know, they're made pretty well that they're going to last you quite a while. And if they really save you time and energy, I'm learning that sometimes it's worth it. You know, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the process and I don't want to take away from the process. But things like trimming, that's just not fun. You know, trimming's just not fun. I know it's part of the process and it creates the beautiful quilts, but it's not fun. It's not enjoyable, that's for sure. And now that I do have this trimmer, I actually kind of enjoy the triangles a little bit more than I did before. It's still, you know, it's still a chore to work with them for sure, but it does seem a little bit more enjoyable. And I don't dread it nearly as much as I did before. Ooh, what happened there? Felt like I just cut through the mat. It made a sound. Did you guys hear that? It made like a sound like I cut through the mat. That was so weird. Keep an eye on that. I don't think I cut through the mat. But that definitely made a weird sound. Go. Right. I am doing very well, Katie. Thank you so much. Wound a fresh bobbin. Need a wing. Wind a couple more. Okay. But I saw somebody say something about Dawn taking off. Yep. Dawn says she's taking off. Well, have a great weekend, Dawn. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, even if it was just for a minute. We appreciate you being here. Happy Father's Day to your dad. I hope he and you have a great visit today. Go. My blade is dulling here. There we go. Hi, Patty. I think I said hello to you already, but if not, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for being here today. Happy Sunday morning to you. Excuse me, my goodness. All right, let's see. Happy Father's Day to you and yours. We are currently trimming up half square triangles. Hi, Judy. Welcome back to the channel. So good to see you again. Yeah, there is like a cut or something in my mat. I'm gonna flip this around. I feel like this is a cheap, smaller mat. I just bought it kind of on a whim. It was even a freebie and something, but it's just a cheap, small one, so it's not really made for pushing too hard on things. That and I've got it on my wool pressing mat here, so probably not the most ideal situation to be handling it, but it's okay. Just trying to be careful not to slice my fingers on anything. Really well. I think it might actually be time for a new blade. I think I'm going to switch out this blade. I haven't used it too much, but they go dull pretty quick, so I think I'm going to switch that blade out. Judy says, humid and daily storms. My goodness, yeah. It's not really humid here, just kind of rainy. Just kind of rainy. Got a handful more, and I'm starting to have trouble with my cutter wheel here. I'm going to do one more, we'll see how it reacts, and then we might change the blade out. That one worked okay. It hurt me. Four more to do, and then we got a little bit more sewing to do, and then some pressing. So I'll show you guys again real quick in just a second here what this blade looks like, in case you missed it at the beginning of our channel or stream today. I think I know what my problem is. I think that most of my problem is because I'm doing this on the wool pressing it. So I'm going to pull these off the mat. Give me just a second here, folks. I think it's because it keeps dipping. That's why I'm having trouble. It's not really a hard surface, so. There we go. Yeah, that sounds like it cut better. That does sound like it cut a little bit better, although it's still going to be trouble. So we're going to go ahead and switch it out. Now I just have to find what I did with the blades. I think I put them in here. My other blades, yes I did. They're teeny tiny. This is the little 18 or 28 millimeters, so the blades are super tiny. I can't even get the container out. There it is. Here we go. Alright, we're going to switch out the blade. It's giving me a little bit of trouble, and rather than accidentally hurting myself, I'm just going to go ahead and take it apart and switch it out. And here. Go. I'm actually more scared of these smaller, teeny tiny blades than I am of my bigger ones. I'm worried I'm going to hurt myself with these little bitty ones. More so than I would hurt myself with the bigger one. I see. There's like a dip in it. There we go. You gotta fit it in just right. All right, let's see if that helps. Put that closed. Put that back in there. All right. I don't use this little bitty cutting wheel a lot, but I have been using it more so lately than normal. So I figure it's probably time for a new blade. Much better. Much better. That's usually my problem with most things, is I just need a new cutting blade. There we go. So like I was saying before, Tony and Lucas and Taylor, they've all returned from their trip. They had a great time. Taylor brought back a bunch of souvenirs. She was showing me some of them just before our live stream. Excuse me. Morning, Agnes. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Joyce, also good morning. Hello. Welcome back to the channel. So great to see you both. We are trimming up some blocks here, some half square triangle blocks for our Norfolk Block of the Month program. These are half square triangles, so I'm using my new half square triangle ruler that one of our subscribers sent me. Been absolute fun using it. It really does make life easier. I know that it's a little bit on the pricey side, but if you're the kind of person who does a lot of half square triangles, it's worth it. Worth every penny. So, so quick and easy. Oh, still time-consuming process for sure, but much less painful than doing it with my traditional ruler. You know, I would iron everything open and then trim down the dog ears, and it was just, you know, making sure the angles were lined up, and it was a lot. This is way easier. Way easier. And that new blade helps quite a bit. Harry says, rainy and gray here and cold today. Oh my, okay. Alright, so that's all of our half square triangles. So we're going to set those aside for now. We're going to need to press those. But first, oh, nope, I lied. There's one more. So let's do that real quick. And then we got some more sewing to do for another project, for another piece of the block. Let's go ahead and work on that. Can't get over how easy this is. So much easier. Where has this been all my life? go. All right, now we're done. At least with that. Okay, so those are going to be part of our leaves because we're making. Here, let me show you guys. Told you I was going to show you. That's the quilt there. That's the quilt block there. This one here. This one over here. That's what we're making. So those are going to be part of the leaves, and now we need to make the stems. The stems are going to be 2 of these on either side of this D block. Right, yes. So I've got my line all drawn up here. We're going to sew 1 to either side and then trim them down. So 1 to one side and then 1 to the other. For this, we're going to be sewing right on the line. And then I'm going to actually move it over. A little bit. To make another triangle. That way we have another triangle. When we slice it, we'll have a half square triangle for ourselves. And then we need to add another one to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and finger press this back so it's pushed back for now. We'll higher press it later. And then we're going to sew up the other side. That is going to make our stems for the leaves. Hi Marie, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. So here is our second one. So once we get this hard pressed and trimmed down, you can see that our stem runs through the center there. I'm going to go ahead and get the next one going. So sew up one corner and then sew up the next corner. One side down. Now the opposite side. Streamlabs reminding everybody to like and subscribe. Thank you, Streamlabs, for that reminder. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you are someone who often lurks on the channel, you could just double click, check, and make sure that you're still subscribed. I really appreciate it. YouTube likes to unsubscribe people for random reasons. It's happened to Mr. Wizard quite a few times. It's happened to me a couple times as well. So just double check and make sure. If you're already in chat, then you are already subscribed to the channel. So there's no need to double check. There we go. probably need to change my needle too, but I'm gonna wait until after the stream is over to do that, I think. It's doing okay right now, but it could probably use to be changed. There we go. There we go. And then once these pieces are ironed and trimmed, then it's just a matter of assembling the block. So the block goes together fairly quickly. It's just that half square triangle situation that can cause a little bit of grief. But our ruler really makes it easy. I am still just so shocked at how quickly that it turns a, I wouldn't say difficult project, but a nuisance project for sure into something much more enjoyable. Next week we are back working on our puppies project. It has been forever, it seems, since we've worked on that project. I'm so excited to get back into it. Uh-oh. I think I ran out of... Did I run out of thread? Yes, I did. I ran out of thread. I think it's bobbin thread. Where's my clippers? Here they are. Yep, looks like I ran out of bobbin thread. I did. I didn't realize that my bobbin was that low. I thought I had much more than that. Okay. I'm going to put that one up here so that I know to wind another one. Whenever I finish a bobbin thread, because I like to keep two bobbins of every color that I work on, you know, an heir and a spare, if you will. Whenever I finish a bobbin, I put it up here where my bobbin thread is on my machine, so that when I go to take my thread off the machine, I see it there, and that's what reminds me to go ahead and wind another one while I'm there. So that's just the trick I've learned to do over the years that has helped me out considerably with staying organized and staying prepared for my projects. I don't always wind that second bobbin. It just depends on what the project is that I'm working on. If I know I'm just about done with a project and it's not a color that I'm going to be using for something specific, then I will just leave it. I'll just leave it with just one. But if it's something I know I'm going to be working on for a while, then I will go ahead and line that second one up. The last thing I want for you guys, especially when I'm on a live stream, is for you guys to have to sit here and watch me wind a bobbin. So I like to get those done ahead of time. I do not have enough of these pieces. I did not cut enough of these pieces. Let me see something here. Okay, give me a second here, guys. Make 2 of each. Oh, crap. I was not paying enough attention. And I only need 2 of each colorway. So let me pull these apart real quick. Alright, so that explains, because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm running out of pieces. So, this is what happens when you don't pay enough attention. So I'm going to have to pull these out, which is not a big deal. I can pull them out pretty quickly. They go apart pretty quick. There we go. Go. Hey, Tay. gonna ask her if. So Tony had a bit of a situation happen yesterday with her luggage. Her luggage did not make it on the plane. Uh, it's not lost. They know exactly where it is. It just didn't make it on the plane. So they told her yesterday that they were going to be shipping it to the house, our house today, and then it would arrive by 8 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock rolled around and it didn't show up. So I texted her this morning because she's not here. So I texted her this morning and I said, no luggage at 8 o'clock this morning, like it was supposed to be. And she texted back and she said she just tracked it, which I guess she could track it on the app or something. And it was at the airport awaiting the carrier to come pick it up. So that was this morning. I don't know if she's been given any update as to when it might be delivered or if she's been given a time frame or anything. So I was kind of looking to see if there was some information on that, but I don't think we have any yet. So the good news is I only sewed up 2 of these wrong, so that's the good news. I only have 2 that I need to take apart. I should have read the instructions a little bit closer. My fault, but the good news is they come apart pretty quick. That is one of the nice things I will say about the Oracle thread, because it is so thin. It glides through the steam ripper with ease. So I will say that. But yeah. Oh no, yeah. So she was pretty upset yesterday. When I talked to her, she was pretty upset. They went with a group of 21 people, 21 family members, and her and one other person had their luggage stuck, and never mind on the plane. So they were both supposed to be, like I said, it's not lost. They know where it's at, but they weren't going to be able to get it. So. Joyce says, I've been craving oatmeal, made it before I realized no milk. Used flavored creamer, best dang oatmeal ever. What kind of flavor? I hope it was like a vanilla flavored creamer and not like caramel or something weird. Sandra says, my first flight, my luggage went to Florida and I went to Chicago. Not funny, but at least it's funny now, and probably was not funny at the time. I have heard a lot of stories about stuff like that happening. You know, we all make mistakes. It happens with the millions and millions and millions of bags that they handle. You know, they're bound to make mistakes. Things are bound to get routed to the wrong place every once in a while. You know, you just kind of gotta go with the flow of it and accept that hopefully they can make it right. So, alright, so I pulled those pieces out. We're going to go ahead and resew them. So you're only supposed to do 2 of each color, and I did 4 of the ones. So, no big deal. I got it. I figured it out quick enough. So let's go ahead and work on this one now. Our next colorway. We'll go ahead and chain piece these. Oh my goodness, Sandra, 4 hours. Well, they were definitely not waiting that long. Of course, I don't know how long ago that was, so hopefully right now the technology has changed a little bit. Tony did have an air tag in her luggage. That's something that they recommend doing nowadays. And so she did have an air tag in her luggage, so she was able to see where it was at still, and she was able to work with them on that. But yeah, she was still very upset about the whole situation. Understandably so. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate when things like that happen. And I always feel bad for the people who work in that particular department, because I can't imagine that anyone that comes in there is in a good mood. 1973. Oh wow, yeah, I'm pretty sure the technology's changed a little bit now, hopefully. And Things are a little bit different now. Actually, flip it around this way. Do it this way. Hopefully they're able to find them a little bit better nowadays. Still happens though. Still a thing that happens. I'm just glad it was on the way home and not the way to their trip. Otherwise, that could have been really, that could have made things a little bit worse trying to get on a cruise ship with no luggage. So I'm grateful that it happened when it did, the way it did. Was just on the way home, you know, just got a closet full of clothes and everything else instead of trying to get on a boat with nothing. So I'm grateful for that. All right, so let's go ahead and finger press these open. I'm just gonna go ahead and separate them. I was gonna try and keep them together, but they're starting to annoy me already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and separate these real quick. There we go. Let's work smarter, not harder. Okay. That one. That one. Alright, now we just sew up the other side. Now we've got the right amount of pieces. Helps when you follow the directions. $11:30. Susan said she's got to take off. No problem, Susan. We appreciate you hanging out with us, even if it was just for a little while. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, rest of your day. Hope the weather gets a little bit better for you so you're able to enjoy it. Seems simple. I give you my bag, you know the flight, match up the luggage and the plane. I have to agree with you there. You know, it's got tags on it and everything else. Yeah, you'd think it would be simple enough. You'd think, but from what I understand, when they checked their bags when they left the airport down in Florida, they each had a different bag checker, teller, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. They each had a different. These two people each had a different person, and those two persons, told them to put their bag in a different place than where everybody else's bags were at. And then it turned out that they're the ones that ended up losing their luggage. So hi Laura, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. Happy Father's Day to you and yours as well. So yeah, Terry, I do agree. It should have been pretty simple, but obviously there was a miscommunication someplace, and something happened. So we're just waiting for it to show up. The good news is that Tony and Lucas are still in town right now. They were going to be spending Father's Day with Lucas's family, so they're still going to be around for when it shows up. The only bad part is that Tony doesn't really have any clothes to change into, so she basically had to do laundry overnight in order to have clean clothes. I did offer her some of my clothes. They would be a little big on her, but she at least would have gotten her somewhere. But she said she was okay. So hopefully it shows up soon. All right. Go. Okay. So now these can be pressed open and then trimmed down, and then we've got a bunch of ironing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get my iron hot. We got a bunch of ironing to do. can go back over here. My alpha bitties can all go up there. Oh, threads everywhere. I get threads everywhere. Let's see. So these are just scrap triangles. I'll throw them in my scrap bin, and the members of the channel will get those as scraps. I've got a bunch of half square triangle scraps from this particular project. Every time that they're salvageable, I go ahead and I sew them up into triangles or into half square triangles, and I hang on to them. And I throw them in our scrap bin. Yeah, Sandra, I've heard that that's pretty common when you have to change planes, that the bags don't always follow. And a lot of times your luggage arrives, sometimes, or I've had it happen to me before, where my luggage arrived, hours before I did. So I've had that happen to me as well. But hopefully everything works out okay. It could have been a lot worse. They could have said it was completely lost, and then she would have been out all that money, But hopefully it shows up. I mean, obviously it could still be lost. It hasn't shown up yet, but supposedly she's been tracking it, so. Hi, baby. Hi, Wrigley. Wrigley's back. Hi, Wiggles. Hi, Wiggles. Trim these up real quick. And then it's on to ironing. We're going to press everything open. We'll press the half square triangles open. We won't press these open because they're already laying the way they're supposed to anyway. Oh, no, they're supposed to lay inwards. Oh, well, I can fix that, I guess. Ozzy out. There we go. These are supposed to lay this way, which is a little weird, but whatever. It's not the way I would have done it, but it's the way the directions say to do it. Taylor came back with a little bit of sunburn on the tops of her feet. her and her boyfriend both said that that's definitely not something that they had planned. It's not what they thought they were going to be dealing with, was sunburn on the tops of their feet, but that does happen. And in all honesty, that's probably one of the places that most of us forget to put sunblock is on the tops of our feet when we're wearing sandals. Taylor made a comment that they had to put socks on for the first time yesterday, and they said it was weird wearing socks because they hadn't worn socks in a week. That was funny. They said it was going to be weird having to, go to a restaurant and having to pay for food because everything was included, food or drinks. So that was kind of funny. All right, so these are scraps. So I'm going to set these over here for now. All right, let's set this aside. Wow, Susan, that's scary. Took her almost a week to get her luggage. Oh gosh, please. I hope that doesn't happen to Tony, or we're never going to hear the end of it. They said it would be here today, so hopefully it shows up today. Hi, baby. I didn't even see you sneak in. I didn't even see you sneak in here. All right, I think we're probably done with trimming, honestly, because I think now that we're getting ready to press things up, I think that's what we need to do. So iron is hot. Let's go ahead and grab these. Those over there. Just trying to reorganize here a little bit. Still don't need that. This down here, a little bit closer to me. Oh, somebody's getting excited. All right, let's go ahead and get these ironed up. Of course, the very first one I ironed up is ironed up wrong. So, hold on. Hi, Annie. There we go. This one does not want to lay the way I want it to, so we're going to push that one down. It's weird that they would have me pressing them towards the center, but whatever. It's fine. Just use my thing here. Let's see. What did I miss? Laura says it's funny because my husband traveled for work all the time. In 20 years of travel, his luggage was only lost once and arrived the next day by courier. I think a lot of it depends on the situation. There's situations, and I've heard this happen before, where the mechanisms and things that handle all the luggage, they kind of destroy a piece of luggage, and I think in those cases, or it gets tagged with something wrong, or it ends up on a wrong plane, or it's strange how that stuff happens sometimes. I've heard a lot of horror stories. Obviously, I work in a corporate office, so a lot of people travel, and there's been some situations before where I've had to send them, get in touch with their family to send them more clothing, or send them expense cards and stuff to replace their luggage and things like that. So I've had to do those types of things before in the past. The worst ones are when it happens internationally. It does make it much more difficult. I think somebody's here. The dogs are going a little berserk. I think someone's here. I think someone's visiting. Dogs are going. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs barking. The dogs are going berserk. I think someone's here. I think someone is here visiting. that's the last of these, and then I've got a bunch of half square triangles to iron out. Edison, what are you doing? Who's here, Addie? Who's here? That one over there. Alright, so now we're going to have to open these up here. Hi, baby girl. With the half square triangles, I have kind of figured out just recently that pressing the seams open for these really seems to help considerably. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with these. I don't press the seams open for a lot of things, but I do like to do it for the triangles. I feel like it lays much nicer that way. Hi, baby. I have an empty coffee cup from Dunkin' Donuts in my garbage can. Now, the garbage can has a lid on it, but I have an empty coffee cup from Dunkin' Donuts from yesterday. And it must have some, like, a sweet smell to it because Ivy is over here sniffing the garbage can like crazy. She wants the garbage can. We joke all the time that she has an extra sensitive sniffer because she sniffs out anything. Nothing gets past her, that's for sure. Hey, we're not scratching. What are you doing? Get out of there. Ivy. Climbing on the cabinet door. Climbing on the cabinet door. Like, girl, what are you doing? She has an extra sensitive sniffer for sure. And once she picks up a scent, she will not let it go until you let her fully investigate it. Like, if she finds a scent in the kitchen cabinet or something that she needs to know what it is, she will sit there and she will whine and she will cry and she will bark and she will scratch at the cabinet until you open it. She just will not let it go until she has to investigate it further. Once she figures out that it's not something that she can have, then she leaves it alone. But until she can investigate it further, she is relentless. What are you doing? Huh? Hi. No, you can't have the coffee cup. No, you can't have the coffee cup. No, leave the coffee cup alone. Silly girl. Apparently, I will be emptying the garbage out today, which I empty it every week anyway. But I guess I'll have to empty it a little bit sooner because otherwise she's going to be relentless. I'm shocked at how much we've already been able to get done. We've only been online for an hour, and we've already gotten all the way halfway through. We've gotten our pieces trimmed and ready to go. Like, the next step is assembling the block. So that half square triangle ruler is really just I can't talk about it enough. Like, I really cannot talk about it enough. What are you doing? She's sniffing the entire room now. Like, what are you doing? Things they pick up on. It's just so funny. Once I had a Chow Chow, he loved to drink my coffee. I didn't give it to her. She would help herself. Yeah, if we didn't drink like out of a can or out of a cup that had a lid with it, she probably would help herself too. And even as it is, they like to lick the top of the can when we're in the living room. They like to go over and lick the top of the can. We're constantly yelling at them because I don't want them to cut their tongue, you know. I don't care about them licking a little bit of the sweet soda that's on in it, but I don't want them cutting their tongue. Sarah Sage subscribed 20 minutes ago. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the channel. I'm sorry that you have to wait so long to enter into chat, but we appreciate you being here. I missed the notification earlier. I apologize for that. We've gotten a handful of new subscribers in the last few days. I want to make sure that I welcome all of them to the channel. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. We love making new friends here on this channel. That is what this channel is all about. It is about making friends. We may also make something pretty in the process, a pretty project in the process, but it is really just about making friends and hanging out with friends for a little while. So welcome to the channel. Yeah, the cans can definitely be dangerous. Hi, Chloe! Welcome back to the channel. So great to see you. So welcome to any new subscribers that we do have, even if you're just lurking or watching this as a replay. I really appreciate you being here. I know not everyone is comfortable joining into chat. Some people just like to watch, and I totally get that. I understand. Sometimes you're in a situation where you can't join chat. I am often like that with all my content creator friends because I'm usually at work, and I kind of have them in the background as I'm working on stuff with my headphones on. So I appreciate them being there. I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out with us for the day. You're back, huh? You're back again? You still want that coffee mug, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of that coffee. It's so funny. I told you, once she gets the scent, she's like a hound dog. Like, once she gets it, she cannot let it go. Like, our other dog, Addison, you guys have seen her before in the channel. She's a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier, but she's a terrier. So when she picks up a scent, it makes sense, like, that she has to investigate it. This one is 10 times worse. She's a Cavachon, which is a Bichon Frise Cavalier King Charles mix. And she just will not let it go. Like, that's why we say all the time that she's an extra sensitive sniffer, because she sniffs out something and she just will not let it go until she figures out what it is. So, anybody have any really fun, cool plans for Father's Day? I don't have any plans this year for Father's Day. Sometimes we go by my mom's house for Father's Day, but this year, with the graduation party and the kids coming back from their trip yesterday, things like that, we decided not to, just to kind of hang out at our own homes this time. I did, of course, send my stepdad a note wishing him a happy Father's Day. But otherwise, we're not planning to do a whole lot today. I think I told you guys this already, but maybe not. I did drop off mine and Lucas's Wild West, or Wild West, I forget, PMQs at the Long Arm last weekend. Usually takes her 4 to 6 weeks to turn them around. It just depends on her schedule. So I don't expect to see them again until probably July. And then once we get them back, Lucas and I will be scheduling a Saturday live stream. Maybe not at after dark. Maybe it'll be like a during the day kind of live stream to work on our bindings. Lucas has never done a binding before. He's never sewn before, but he's also never done a binding before either. So he will be doing his very first one live on the channel. I'm hoping to reach out to him and get in touch with him a little bit off camera to kind of explain some terms and techniques, so that it doesn't hold him up too hard when we're actually live on the camera. But it'll be a lot of fun to do that with him. For those of you who are just joining our channel who don't know who Lucas is our main moderator. He's one of our three. He's the original moderator. He's the OG. He is also my soon-to-be son-in-law. They have not set a date yet, but my soon-to-be son-in-law. And he has never sewn anything before in his life, never quilted before in his life, and he decided to join the Cotton Cuts Wild West PMQ all on his own. He reached out to me and said, "Hey, Danny, would you mind doing this with me? I'm thinking about doing this. Could you do it with me?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so he and I have been meeting once a month on Wednesdays to put our clues together. And then last month for our After Dark edition, we put our Clue 10 together, which was our full-size quilt. Put all the pieces together for that. So he's been doing a great job. It's really a testament to the Cotton Cuts program and how easy they write the instructions and how simple the instructions are. It's really a testament to that program that even someone who's never sewn before a day in their life, with a little bit of guidance, with a little bit of help and a little bit of guidance, can manage making a project all on their own. Like it's truly a testament to their program. And I encourage anyone, especially anyone who's maybe never quilted before, or maybe you're still new to sewing, maybe you just don't like the cutting process. I encourage you to check out their PMQ, their Puzzle Mystery Quilt program. It's a lot of fun. You do have to have a little bit of a leap of faith because you have no idea what you're going to be making, but it's well worth it. It does take a little bit of a leap of faith. It does create a little bit of anxiety in the beginning, but I promise you it will be worth it and you will love the end result. I unfortunately have not been joining the last couple of PMQs. I've had too much kind of going on in my personal life and too many projects here on the channel to really take on anything else. It's just been Brat46, I have heard that. I have heard that they can smell those types of medical conditions before. I'll read that off in just a second. But I encourage you guys to check it out. Now, unfortunately, I've just had too many things going on lately. I have not been able to join, and I probably won't be joining this year. I've already signed up for a couple of projects that start in November. So I know the Over the Sea, Under the Sea. The Under the Sea project is getting ready to go underway. I think they said first clue ships in July. Maybe sign up is in July. I can't remember. But no. It's sign up has already started. First clue ships in July for that one. But I'm gonna skip that one, and maybe I'll get to the next one after that one. I'm not sure. It just depends on what I've got going on, and also what colorways are being offered. But Brad46 says, if either of your fur babies sniff at someone aggressively, then tries to nip at the area, tell that person to get checked out, especially for cancer. And I have heard that. I have heard that there are dogs that can smell medical conditions like that before. I have heard of that. That's been proven. It's been proven that it can happen. Some dogs are extra sensitive to those types of things. Brad46 says, one of our collies caught Dad's cancer the first time, but wasn't around the second time Dad came down with it. Oh, collies, those are my favorite types of dogs. I had a collie growing up when I was a kid. My grandma actually had many collies. That was her favorite dog breed. I loved my collie so much. But yeah, they were extra sensitive. They had definitely had extra sensitive sniffers for sure. My collie Ginger, that was her name, Ginger. She was always very protective of me when I was younger. She was 18 years old, which is very rare. She was purebred collie, and very rare for them to live that long back then. But she was 18, so I had her when I was 2 years old until I turned 20. So I love collies. Laura says, my dog always knows when I'm not feeling well and she doesn't leave my side. Yeah, they do. They know these. They're extra sensitive to those things. Yeah, for sure. You guys know that I suffer from mental illness. I have nothing major, but some minor setbacks sometimes. And my other dog, not so much these three, but I was much closer with my other dog, but she could tell when I wasn't my best, and same thing, she wouldn't leave my side. She was very protective of me. She wouldn't let anyone near me. She just she would not let me out of her sight. And that happens. They really get to know you very, very well, and they get to understand, kind of what's happening. Sometimes before you do, you know, because they're sensitive to their surroundings, and they can pick up on those things. Okay. Now, not all dogs are like that. Some of them are just, silly. But some dogs can be very sensitive to those types of things. All right. So I think we've gotten all of our ironing done. Let me just double check our, I almost said recipe. I know that's not right. Pattern to make sure that we've got it all figured out here. Let's just triple check here. Let's see. Diagonal one on the wrong side, so the drawn line, quarter inch press open. Yep. Repeat the opposite corner. Yep. Select the following matching pieces and units: 4 of AB units, 1 stem unit, and T triangle. Yeah, we're ready to start putting our block together. So, all right, cool. Let's go ahead and get that started then. So now the trick here is that we have to coordinate. Because I don't need to. The trick here is to make sure that we're coordinating our colored fabric together. So put that away. Don't need that. These are my alpha bitties. Go on this right here. Just kind of clean it up a little bit here before we start putting blocks together. Everybody else do that? They kind of organize as they go, because it just kind of makes things, I don't know, it makes my brain hurt less. So there's this one, there's this one. I don't need this one anymore because I'm going to know what it is. I know what that one is, and I know what that one is. Okay. That one I'm going to... Coolest thing I ever bought. These are from Amazon. They've got these little locking lids on them. They're so nice. It came as like a pack of 6 or 8 of them. Super cool. They keep my stuff really organized. I got pins. These are all my alpha bitties. I've got rubber bands. They're just so nice. They were like $12 on Amazon, like something silly, crazy cheap. And they're organized my entire cabinet, like so much nicer than it was before. So, all right. So this says we're going to need to take one of these. Okay. One of these. Okay. We need to take our stem pieces, one of these, and then we need 4 of the coordinating half square triangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be everything that we need to make one block. So let's go ahead and lay it out, and then we'll sew it up together. I don't think I'm going to need this. Well, we'll see. We'll see if I need that. All right, so first things first, we've got our solid piece. Did I grab a solid? I did not grab a solid. So, okay. So here's our solid piece. And then here's a half square triangle, like this. Go away. Okay. Then we need another half square triangle going the same direction, like that. Then we need another half square triangle going like that. We need this piece in the center here like that. This one goes this way. That one goes this way, and this one goes that way. There you go. There's our block. So let's go ahead and put this one together, and then we're going to try and see if we can't chain piece these a little bit better. But let's get this first one put together and see where we go. So let's do these 2 pieces and these 2 pieces to get them attached to this one. Let's go ahead and do that first. Change up my second foot. I like to use my guided one. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to grab these two pieces and put these two pieces together as well. Since I've got them here. Yeah. There we go. Don't need that. I don't know why I didn't think I was. That's the top. These two are sides. So this one, I guess it doesn't really matter. It wants to go that way, so we'll let it go that way. And then that one attaches to this one, to the side of this one. Okay. These towards this way. Go. Now these two were sewn up wrong. Of course they were. I'm sure you guys saw it right away. I missed it. Totally left wrong. Let's try this one again. So this one goes like that. And this one goes like that. Okay. Try this again. I didn't see it pressing fabric. What didn't you see, Sandra? The fabric? Oh, you didn't see the block you're pressing the fabric. I got you. I will show it to you in just a second. Let me just finish putting it together. Give me just a second here. And then this one goes this way. With this piece attached to this side. No, go this way. That one goes towards the outside and towards the outside. And then it folds into this one here. Yeah, Sandra, give me just a second. I'm just putting it together and I'll hold it up for you guys so you can actually see the whole thing. There we go. Took a second for it to catch. Nesting a seam here. There we go. That, my friends, is our block. Check that out. It's just a leaf. It's really cool, though. So that is what we are putting together. So now we just put up the next one. We are going to be making a total of 6 of these. We've got a handful of minutes here, so I think we can get it done. Let's see what we can put together kind of in a, see if we can kind of chain piece these a little bit. So let's see. So I want to do 2 of those. One of these. Let's do that. Hi, Teresa. Welcome back. Patricia as well. Hello, ladies. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. You guys are just in time. We're just actually putting together this block. Perfect timing. Okay, there's that one. And we're going to grab these 2, do the same with these 2. Hi! You come to tell me something? Did you come to tell me something? The dogs are barking again. Oh boy. Oh, I got a rolling. Wrigley likes to roll her tongue when she like bark growl thing. It's really weird. So like she does this like weird tongue roll thing. It's really interesting. Yeah, security force on duty. That is exactly right. Yeah. Is our security detail? Yes. No, we don't need a security system. We've got dogs. They're so funny. All right, 2 more. Try to chain piece this a little bit. We may not need tomorrow's live stream if we can finish this off today. Hi again. So I told you guys Taylor has decided just today to buy a new bed. There was some circumstances that created that decision to happen today. So my guess is that because I know she ordered it this morning from Menards, so I'm guessing that they're probably barking because she's pulled up with her truck, and Mr. Wizard is helping her unload it. Is gonna be my guess. I don't really know, and I won't until I get out there later. But give me a minute. Two of those. There's 6. So I should have 2 of those, 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 2 of those. This one. Something. Oh, I hear voices. Hi. Oh, duh. Guys, yeah, I put this one together. That's why I'm missing a piece. Duh. I have a bunch of visitors that have popped in. That's why the dogs. I told you guys. I figured something had happened. Wow, look at you two are bright and cheerful. So cute. Lucas here. You gotta come down. There he is. Lucas is in the house, literally in the house. And Tony's just off camera.
Hi.
You okay? I was telling everybody about your adventure.
Never flying American Airlines ever again. I don't care if the tickets are cheaper than anything else. I'm never flying American Airlines again. I've never had a problem with them.
Terry says, "Yay! Hi, visitors."
Hello.
That was funny. You guys all said hello at the same time.
Mattress and stuff is in the garage.
Oh, awesome! Your old one is in the garage, or new one is in the garage? Okay, so you're moving the old one, and you're gonna just switch up now, or?
Well, they have to leave, so we're going to the 3.
Oh,
So I'm gonna wait till Kevin gets home.
oh, where did Kevin go?
Is he going?
Oh, that's right. That's right. He wants to go. Terry says hi, Tony. Joyce says hi, Lucas. Kathy says hi, Lucas.
There's Tony.
That's Tony. Your shirt does not look nearly as bright on camera.
It looks orange on camera. It's not.
It is not. It is like
Salmon.
neon salmon, and it looks regular orange on
You know
camera.
those pink construction signs? That's what her shirt looks like. That's
Yeah,
what her shirt
but I adore the fact that the two of you match. That's cute.
We saw another guy on the cruise wearing the same shirt. For Father's Day, his family, they always wear Hawaiian shirts. And
Right.
One year,
You
I
could have at least
finally...
ironed. Did you want me to iron that for you?
No, it'll be in my bag.
The one
You
year...
want to take it off? I'll iron it real quick. The iron's still hot.
You know,
The one
We're
year,
literally
I
taking
finally have something to wear for Father's Day that's Hawaiian. My suitcase gets left at the airport.
Yes.
Orlando Airport.
Yeah. Have we confirmed that it is at O'Hare Airport now?
My air tag's in the suitcase.
Well, Taylor said she thought the battery on your air tag was dying. So
It is dying, so I'm surprised that I was...
Okay.
So I was like...
So lesson to all of you, if you have, especially if you have iPhones, leave an air tag in your suitcase so that you can track it down.
I almost didn't, too. I was like, should I put my air tag in here? And I was like, you know what, I'll do it anyway.
Did you all put air tags in your suitcases, or just you?
Just me.
Wow, that
We got
really
to-
worked out, didn't
When
it?
we got to Orlando, they pulled me and Bonnie's suitcases, and they were like, "Oh, go walk them over there." So like the little carts, like those.
Right,
little carts
the
that you
luggage
can- yeah.
carts. Uh-huh.
So like, go bring them over there. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird because they put everybody else's on the belt.
Right.
To go to that. I
Was
was
it they pull them for security reasons, like
No,
a random check,
I thought it was
maybe?
just
Or?
because we were checking in at 3:30 and our flight wasn't until like 7, almost 8 o'clock.
Right. Well,
And I
yeah, a
was
lot
like,
of times a lot of times your luggage gets there way before
Yeah,
you do.
so I was like, okay, maybe it's just not like it's not early. It's like not late enough for them to put our bags on the belt yet.
Right.
We get to O'Hare and I'm watching all the luggage things. I pull Taylor and Brendan's suitcases off the belt. Grandma and Papa have their suitcases, and so I'm waiting for me and Bonnie's suitcases,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just watching. And I noticed that I've already seen this orange suitcase pass me already. And I was like, well, that's interesting. So just out of curiosity, I pulled up my air tag and was like, oh, my suitcase is still at Terminal B in Orlando. So I walked over to Bonnie and I went, hey, we got a problem. And she goes, what? I went, our suitcases are still in Florida.
Well, that's not cool at all.
So it says it should be delivered by 5 p.m.
Oh, well, that's... Oh, now it's by 5, because originally you said by 8.
It didn't get picked up till 11:07.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So are you guys going to be in the area most of the day then to come get it with the rides, or?
Yeah, we're planning to just right when it gets here, we're just gonna
Head
stop by
home.
here and just get straight back.
No, that's fine. I understand. Because you've got, what, a 2.5, 3-hour drive home? Two?
Snickers is not. She's getting over an olive very quickly.
Well, so, yeah, Mom and Dad are home. Like, can we go now?
And you know me, I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
I accidentally befriended the stray cat outside.
There's a stray cat outside?
Yeah, the black one.
Oh, jeez.
I was petting it.
Oh, great. Now it's never going to leave.
It was sitting next to the neighbor's car and straight next to mine.
Oh, jeez.
And it let me walk up and it came right up to me. Let me pet it.
Tony or Taylor and her boyfriend actually found a stray cat while they were in the Bahamas.
No, we're at the British Virgin Islands.
They were at the British Virgin Islands, and they actually found a stray cat and had to get off the bus to go pet the stray cat. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. But yeah.
Remember when we saw the cat?
Jerry wants to know where's Snickers.
Snickers is at Lucas's parents' house right now.
Lucas's parents' house, yeah, and he's just literally down around the corner. They're literally down. Lucas was literally the boy next door.
We found a cat. We were in St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. A stray cat. That's awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear all about your trip. I know that you've got a little bit going on right now, and I don't want to take that time away from you. But maybe once you get home tomorrow, because I'm home tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow give me a call. Well, you tell me more about your trip.
Okay. Also, look at
What?
my knockoff.
Oh, your knockoff. Oh, wow, it looks almost identical. But
I know.
Well, it looks real close to it, but yeah, it's just a cheap one.
Yeah, $20 on Amazon.
There you go.
Sterling silver and cubic zirconium.
There you go.
Alright, we gotta go to the parade.
Okay, have a great time. I'm sure I'll see you one more time. How did he do that at their house? So they were able to, because their parents have a German Shepherd, and the German Shepherd does really well with cats, so that's good. They kind of tolerated each other. Is basically how it worked, but they did manage to make it work. So they're really chatty. Alright, so now I've got the top done, so now we're going to go ahead and do the sides. I'm just trying to get these done here. It's about 12:30 already, so if you guys got to take off, I totally understand. I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up, because it's going much faster than it used to. With that half square triangle ruler. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. I probably only need another 30 minutes or so, but if you guys got somewhere you need to be, I totally understand. If you've got another content creator that you need to go watch or whatever, I get it, I understand. But I'm going to hang out here for probably another 30 minutes and just finish this up. Come on. Okay, it's stuck now. So I'm going to hang out and just finish these up rather than doing another live stream tomorrow. Because there's really not enough here to do another 2-hour live stream, but there's at least 30 minutes more worth of stuff here. So. Just a second here, guys. I got a big chunk of thread. La 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 la. Before it says stray cats are ones that the cat distribution system hasn't found the correct servant yet. Yep. Yeah, they came across a couple of stray cats while they were traveling in their travels. Taylor and her boyfriend are big cat people. Big cat people, so it doesn't surprise me that they both found one. Tony has not been a cat person before, but now that she and Lucas have Snickers, she is becoming a cat person. So it's kind of nice. It's sweet. All right, let's try this again. Last time I got hung. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, somebody's at my feet. There's literally just somebody at my feet, and now there's nobody there. There we go. Well, that was really quick. Taylor was able to order her new bed this morning and pick it up right away, so that was really convenient. She says it's already in the garage. They've already unloaded it. She's gonna wait for Mr. Wizard to come back. Mr. Wizard went to go meet his youngest daughter for lunch. His other two daughters live out of state, so he wasn't able to spend any time with them, but he was meeting his youngest daughter for lunch today. That was going to be nice. servants. Gotcha. That is true. That is very, very true. So like I said, I'm just going to hang out here for another half an hour or so and finish this up. You guys got somewhere you need to be? I totally understand. Don't worry about me. I'm just going to hang out with you guys for just a little bit longer until these are all done. They don't take very long to assemble and put together, so they're going together pretty quick. I'm just chain piecing these pieces up together. Making sure I'm putting them together correctly. That way. That way. Hiccups. So it sounds like Tony's luggage will be here sometime before 8 o'clock this evening. And they said once her luggage arrives, they're going to take off home because they got another 2-hour trip home. And their poor little kitty is ready to go home. So they'll be doing that soon. All right. I don't know what kind of music we're listening to today. It's kind of like different, that's for sure. Hi Rita, welcome back to the channel. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. We are at the tail end of our finishing up a project here, just kind of getting it together. I'm gonna stick it around for a few extra minutes just to finish it up. We had to make 5 blocks. This is a block of the month program. We had to make 5 of these. I got one of them together already. You can kind of see it a little bit there off camera. And we're just getting the rest of them done up. I'm gonna chain piece them up together real quick. Now, if you guys missed it at the beginning of the stream, I was talking about how I received our package in the mail for what I thought was going to be block 6 for this project, but it turns out I actually received a duplicate of block 5. So I've reached out to the company, and I'm hoping that we can get that resolved right away. But there might be a delay in when we get block 6 done, because I don't have any fabric for it. So we're going to have to kind of wait and see what happens. So the weirdest thing about the whole project is that, like, even on the website when it said, like, what it was going to be shipping me, that even said block 5, and I didn't catch it. I didn't see anything about it, so I don't know if we end up having to make a second set of block 5, or I'm not sure. So I've sent them a note and asked them about it. Hopefully they answer pretty quickly. This one up this way, like that. Oops. My piece is backwards. It's alright, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put the bottom of this block together. Nico is willing to share some of his whale soup with you, Rita. Oh my goodness, whale soup. I'm not. Well, I shouldn't. I should make that face because I don't really know. It doesn't sound like it would be something I would enjoy. But maybe just because I know what it is. Maybe if I didn't know what it was, it's like, lamb and things like that. Like I can't eat those things because I know what they are. If I didn't know what it was, I probably would be more willing to try it. This one. Go. This black wasn't terribly challenging. That half square triangle ruler, though, I mean, I cannot talk about it enough. I cannot talk about it enough. It's just amazing. Okay. All right. I used to eat all kinds of seafood. Whales, shark are actually very good. They do not have a salt or fish taste as long as they are fresh. Oh, interesting. I've heard that before. I've heard that, fresh fish or seafood, it doesn't have a fishy flavor to it if it's fresh. Mm. When I went to Anchorage back in 1985, I had some of that. Yum, Sandra K. Oh, hi, Sarah. Welcome to the channel. I can't say that I've ever seen you before. When you said whale soup, my brain immediately inserted Greenland shark, forgetting it wasn't a whale. That would be quite a soup. Yes, it would be. Whale isn't seafood, but mammal food is not ranked in with regular seafood. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Learning all kinds of new stuff today. Alright, so these pieces are finger pressed. Just a second. Finger press these real quick. Oh, right the first time. So far, I'm really liking this kit. This is a kit by Annie's Quilt Kits, formerly Annie's Quilt Kits. It's now called Annie's Attic. And I'm really liking it so far. I'm interested to see how they handle the situation where they've sent me the wrong pieces. I'm interested to see it. I will say that getting to a contact for support was a little bit of a challenge, but I also understand that they're going through kind of an identity change right now. And so things are a little wonky for them also. So I was trying to be conscious of that and understanding of that, because the email that I received letting me know that my shipment was coming in had an email address on it that said for support or for questions or things like that, use this email address. So I sent an email yesterday to that email address and I got a bounce back that it was not a valid email. So I was a little frustrated by that, I'll admit. But I was able to find a contact us section on their website. So I did fill that in, and I did see a note on their website that said, please be patient with us while we work through this. So, um, I'm trying to be more patient and understanding of the situation, and I'm hoping that the situation gets rectified quickly. But I will definitely be keeping you guys updated on how that goes, and hopefully it'll be done pretty quick. Now, I can tell you that from Cotton Cut's perspective, they're very, very quick to address issues. They don't always respond to your messages, which can be a little discouraging sometimes because you're not sure that they actually got them. But I can tell you that they give you pieces right away. So, like if you're missing pieces or things like that, they do drop them in the mail right away. They just don't always respond to your messages right away. But they do rectify the situation. So there's that. So I'm hoping it all works out. We'll have to wait and see. We are just about done here, guys. Just about. I said an extra 30 minutes. Normally we end our streams at 12:30. We're gonna go till probably 1 today, or at least a little bit longer to finish these up. But that means we don't have to do another live stream. I shouldn't say we don't have to, because I love doing live streams, but we don't need to do another one tomorrow because there's really nothing. There's not enough work here to justify another live stream for 30 minutes. So we won't. I'll take the day off and enjoy it with my family instead. Since Tay is home, I'll get to hear more about her trip. I have the day off of work, so I'm going to be enjoying the day off during the day as well, so that'll be nice. All right. Rita says, what are you supposed to do with the thimbles once you have them besides gamble them away? You can redeem them in for prizes, Rita. If you do exclamation point prizes, which I think somebody might have done it already, if you do exclamation point prizes in the chat, then you can see what prizes are available to you, and then you redeem those thimbles in for those prizes at least once a month. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, but I mail the prizes out to you. I pay the postage as long as you are within the U.S. or Canada. Speaking of redemptions, I know I've had a couple of redemptions for May and for June. I have not mailed those out yet. They will likely go out at the end of June. May was just too crazy of a month for me to be able to mail them out, so they will likely go out at the end of June. In addition to that, I will probably mail out my members-only perks. For those of you who get perks as part of your membership, depending on which level you've signed up for, I will probably mail those out at the end of June as well. Because you're supposed to get them once a quarter, so technically it would be the beginning of July when I mail them, but I'll probably just do them all at the same time. Alright, let's go ahead and sew up the tops to the bottoms, and then we are done with these blocks. Give them a nice hard press. Once I'm done here. Sarah Sage, yeah, you don't have any just yet, sweetheart, because you earn them as you're watching the stream and as you're participating in chat. Uh, Unfortunately, as you saw, Lucas is not online. If he was online, he'd be able to give you some because we always give away some as a new subscriber. But unfortunately, he's not here, and I'm not entirely certain how to do that, if I'm honest. So, honey, if you come back next weekend. Please come back next weekend. Everybody come back next weekend. But if you come back next weekend, I can make sure that Lucas gets you hooked up with some more. For right now, you will earn some as you participate in chat and as you watch the stream. I think it's like 25 every 5 minutes or something silly. It's not a lot, but it is a little bit. But we will make sure to get you some next weekend when he comes back, when he's back online. He handles that stuff for me because he's way super smarter at it than I am. And he knows how to manipulate that stuff. So my daughter's calling me here. Hang on, guys. You are on speakerphone and I am still on the air. So what's up?
The cat's in my car.
What do you mean in your car?
He's in my car. She's in my car.
Why is he in your car? She.
I just found a lost cat sign over by down the street.
Okay.
Of the black cat.
Okay.
So I scooped him up. And the sheet, I put it, I took her up, and I put the meal in it. And they said you're going to stop by around 3. So do you want to have a little picture?
Yeah, it's in the garage. Are they sure it's their cat?
They said, I sent her a picture or something. I don't know if it's a girl or guy. But I sent them a couple of pictures that they said that their cat was a little bit more chunkier, but this cat has been outside for a while. So I lost some weight. And then they said that they put that they had a place where a collar would be. And this one has red hair on its neck.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe you found their cat then.
I know.
That would be really nice if it was their cat. So, but yes, the cat carrier is in the garage. Kevin knows where it is, but he's not home. If you walk into the garage, as soon as you walk in the door, if you look to your right and all the way up at the top, you should see it there.
Okay.
So, it's there. Huh? No, I cannot hear it meowing. My daughter is, I told you guys, she loves cats. She has this affection for cats, and she had found one. She said that she saw a stray cat this morning when she was just out here, and now she's figured out that this is someone's lost cat and has put the cat in her truck. Well, I don't need a photo right now. But, yeah, but so the cat carrier's in the garage. So she's gonna put the cat in the cat carrier so that it can't get away. She's got some errands she needs to run, and we're gonna go from there. Yeah, it looks like the give option for thimbles may not be working here, guys. When Lucas gets back, he can actually do it in the program. He doesn't have to use the command. So next week, I'm real sorry about that, Sarah, but next week I promise we will get you hooked up with some thimbles for sure. For sure. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you were still on the phone. Okay, see you soon. Bye. So there you go, folks. My kids saving other people's cats. Silly. Yeah, sometimes the give option just doesn't work, but Lucas can actually go into the program and give them to them that way. So we'll get you set up, Sarah. Please come back next week. We'll get you set up with some for sure. All right, last one, folks. Last one, and I'm gonna turn my iron on so that we can iron these up. I told you guys it was gonna take me an extra half an hour. It looks like I'm pretty close to accurate on that. Leave it to my daughter to find a stray cat. This is not the first time she's found a stray cat. Not the first time. That's one of the reasons why we still have the cat carrier. I mean, we do have a cat still, so we still have the cat carrier for our cat if we ever need to take her to the vet. But that's one of the other reasons we still have a cat carrier is because she keeps finding these strays and wants to bring them home. Hi Mona, welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday evening, morning to you. I don't know what day it is anymore. Alright, so there we go. We've got them all set up. Now it's just a matter of getting them ironed out. So let me go ahead and finger press these. I did turn the iron on to warm up. Looks like it's nice and warm. Let's go ahead and press these out, and I will show you guys exactly what these blocks look like. This one's already done. This is the first one we did. 10:30 Central Time on Sundays. Yep, that is when I do my regular live stream. I also try to do at least one during the week in the evenings. But 10:30 a.m. Central Time, I run from 10:30 to 12:30 every Sunday morning. Most Sunday mornings, I should say. So, please come back and join us. There we go. That was the one that we did earlier, so let's go ahead and press these other ones up. It's this way. Oh, you have several cat carriers and a live trap for your cats. Wow. For your strays that you catch. We do have a couple in the neighborhood that are, you know, they're cats. They they roam the neighborhood. There's this one. I personally, and this is just a personal preference, I understand everybody's different, everybody has their own preferences. I personally don't care for people letting their cats roam the neighborhood. I don't think it's safe for the cats or other animals in the neighborhood. But that's my own personal preference, and I understand everybody has their own. And I'm not here to argue that. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's just mine. We had two cats. Neither one of them was allowed outside unless we were out with them. But I know that there are people in my neighborhood and other neighborhoods that allow their cats to just roam the neighborhood. And that is their right. It's their animal, you know. It's not illegal to do it. I just don't necessarily agree with it. That's all. I think if you're in a farm town or you live on a farm, that's one thing. You know, that's different. You're trying to keep the rodents away. You know, those types of things. The farm cat is like much different than a residential suburban cat. For sure. Sorry for the dogs. Sorry about the dogs. There's another one. Catch and release, yeah. If they fix their cats, I don't care that much, Sandy says. Well, that's, yeah. Yeah. I can understand that. Go. One more to press up, and then we are all done, folks. Let me show you what this one looks like. You guys have seen this one already, but it's the second one of it. And then the last one is this one here. We made a total of 6 of this one. Addison, quiet, please. Sometimes that works. Not always. Do I ever show my cutting techniques on stream? Yes, Sarah, I do. I absolutely do. In this particular project, I did all the cutting off camera because I don't do a lot of cutting on camera. I do that basically whenever we're starting a project. You can go back and watch any of our other projects. It's usually the first couple of videos of any of our other projects where you can see the cutting instructions and things like that. My watch went off. Sorry, got distracted. So there you go. There's the other one. So this is a block of the month program. So I was doing the cutting off camera because I wanted to focus more on making the block here. But our other projects are full-size projects. We do all of the cutting on camera. And as a matter of fact, if you come back next weekend, we're going to be working on our puppies project where we're going to be doing more cutting. Oh my god, that was an Elizabeth Hartman pattern, and the amount of cutting is required for those patterns is unbelievable. But I'm sure it's going to be worth it in the end, and I'm really excited about it. But yes, we will definitely be back next week with some cutting instructions. If you are looking for something specific with regards to the cutting instructions, let me know, and I'm happy to help out as much as I can. I do have some videos, excuse me, under the miscellaneous section that might help you out depending on what you're looking for. But yes, the puppies project. Yes, I know. Puppies. Yes, it's a puppies project. It's called the puppies project. And usually, if I can get the camera to work, I will also set up what I call the puppy cam, which is basically where I take my camera and I put it down on the ground. And when my puppies come in, you guys get to see them. So that's a treat for you guys. If I can get the camera to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the day. But we have TNR also. Oh, TNR and the cats. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, we have that too as well. The cats usually don't get too out of hand around here, but every once in a while you'll get a stray or a lost one in this case. But yes, next week's project will be our puppies project. I'm 99% sure of that. I'm really excited. It's Elizabeth Hartman pattern called The Puppies. And it's basically puppy heads. It's a lot of fun, so we're going to be working on that. That one's going to be a long-term project. Oh, Sarah, honey, I understand where you're coming from. She says, I'm super anxious about cutting. It's the point of no return with fabric, lol. Oh, I get it. I understand. If you watch any one of our project series videos, the first couple of videos is where we're doing cutting instructions and things like that, and we're talking about cutting. So feel free to go watch any of those videos. In the meantime, if you have specific questions that I can answer for you, just send me an email. Reach out to me on Facebook. I'm happy to help however I can. But please remember, the name of this channel is called So Not an Expert. And that is because I am not an expert. I'm learning right along with you guys. I do have some knowledge and some experience with things, but if you really want to reach out to an expert, reach out to any one of those ladies that is in chat. Reach out to any of the ladies that are men and or women that are in our Facebook group. They are our experts. They are the ones really helping me out too. But I'm happy to help however I can. So you're welcome to send me an email, and I will try and see what I can do. All right, friends. Well, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you to all of our new subscribers, Sarah being one of them as well. Thank you so much to you for hanging out with us. We love making new friends on this channel. I can't wait to get to know you better in the next couple of weeks. Thanks to all of our other viewers that have popped in and out. I understand it's a busy day today. Lots of things happening, so I totally understand why maybe you couldn't stay for very long. But this block 5 is now done, so now hopefully we'll have block 6 here ready soon. But otherwise, we will be back next week with our puppies video, and I have not set up the rest of the videos for our series yet for the next month, but I will be setting those up soon enough. But anyway, if you guys need to get a hold of me for any reason whatsoever, I'm available on Facebook. I'm available on the comment section here. You can send me an email. Any of those things is a great way to get in touch with me. Thanks again so much for hanging out with me today. Thanks to our quick visitors that stopped in, and I will see you guys again next week. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend and great rest of your day. Bye for now, folks.